Pisces, let's get into a reading. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's coming out. Keep an open mind, guys. If you need anything, check it out down below. Things will be changing on this channel in 2025. If you would like to be a part of the change, put it down below in the comments. So what do I mean by that? Tell me what you guys want to see. I know that a lot of people are like, no more no contact, and that's not necessarily realistic, but my goal is to not make this channel a no contact channel, because I feel like in 2024 it really started leaning towards that, and I personally was not a fan. I know the rest of you probably was not as well, but you can just let me know down below. So what we're going to do is just kind of see the energy around you, reminiscing, learning from the past. Okay, so something here is ended. Something here is ended with someone that you complimented very well. Okay. So I'm saying that you could have learned a lesson with this person, and I'm saying a final decision was recently made. Yeah, a final decision around the fact that either nothing was going to change or that it was a stale relationship. What was the challenge here? Okay, independence or confidence in the relationship, getting it out of the easy stage, the fun stage. Oh, okay. What's your view? Give me you. Give me them. So right off what I'm saying, someone you've not spoke to in a long time is thinking about you, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you why they're thinking about you. They're thinking about the separation is what they're thinking about. I can't do this anymore. I wanted to collaborate. I wanted to be a team player. So there is someone here where you and this person, you've learned from what you both went through. You connected with someone, okay? I'm saying that you guys could have dated. I'm saying that you guys could have hooked up. I'm saying that you guys could have been official or not official. So depending upon your story is going to depend upon your part of the story. But what I'm saying is that although there was attraction here, there was fun, there was the want to create, something was lacking. And I'm saying that the challenge could be you. The challenge could be that you come off very confident, very fun, very carefree, and it made this person anxious. It made this person have anxiety. Have you ever seen the movie about the emotions? What's that movie? Is it Inside Out? If you watch that movie, you will know that anxiety tends to be soothed by other emotions, happiness included. Happiness has the tendency to try to soothe anxiety. It's like you were the happiness and they were the anxiety, and you tried to soothe them. You tried to show up for them. But they seen your confidence, your independence, your abundance as a challenge, as a threat. I'm going to get lost in this relationship and you're not, because you're confident, you're independent, you know who you are. It's like an earthquake could come, Pisces, and it's not going to shake you off what you're standing on, because you know who you are, you know what you stand for. You don't care to be right. You don't care to be wrong. You just know that if you got a point, you got a belief, you're going to stand up. Do you know who this is reminding me of? Have you guys ever watched the show Dog the Bounty Hunter? It's reminding me of Beth Chapman. She was the kind of person where you couldn't tell her nothing. If she got something to say, she got something to fucking say, period. She don't care if people like it. She don't care if people agrees with it. That was her energy. And for the right person, that was amazing. But there were sometimes that was a challenge for Dog. I guarantee a challenge for other people that she dated. I'm seeing that here with this person. Now I'm seeing that they're thinking about you. Why are they thinking about you? This person still has hope. This is someone who is saying, you know, I know we're over. I know this was stagnant, this was stuck, it never went anywhere, we never figured it out. But it isn't because I didn't want it. I hoped that we could figure it out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though you've not talked to this person in a long time, they are still burdened by the hopes, by what could have been, what should have been. If only, is what I'm hearing. If only I would have done this. If only I would have said this. If only I would have been healed. If only I was able to put my pride to the side. If only I was, that's what someone here is saying. And it's an energy of, but I know I have to put this to rest because we both know that this ain't going anywhere. It's stuck, it's stagnant. There's a reason neither one of us feels we can figure this out. And the ending is bringing new beginnings. And again, both of you have learned from what took place, but that still doesn't mean that the hope ain't there. That still doesn't mean that you guys don't think about one another. And I think that's something that's bittersweet, is because this relationship didn't fail because you guys didn't want it. I'm about to cry. This relationship fell because you guys wanted it so bad that you were scared to give it everything and it crumbled to pieces. Woo, okay, hold on a second. Oh, child. Okay, I'm back. That really hit me deep. So maybe this person's cried about you, cried over you, cried over the relationship. But this feels heavy to them. This relationship is heavy to them. So now they're trying to have faith in their future. I'm always going to think about you. I'm always going to want you. But maybe that's it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Okay, give me your energy. Ooh, okay. Your energy is like, but I want to give this my all. But something about a new beginning could stress you out. Some of you could have recognized that this person needed a version of you or a side of you that you didn't know if you could give. Give me more. You feeling conflicted. You view this person as someone who's strong and determined, but you also view them as someone who has a hard time expressing how they feel, what they want, and you also view them as someone who has a hard time compromising. I'm seeing the scene from The Notebook, okay? So depending upon what you feel, depends upon how you view The Notebook. Some people are like, that's toxic as fuck. And some people are like, that's the love I want. The scene I'm seeing, though, is the moment when Noah is looking at Allie and goes, what do you want? She goes, it's not that simple. And he's like, what do you want? It's not that simple. And he's like, God, man, what do you want? I don't care what he wants. I don't care what I want. I don't care what your parents want. What do you want? Like, that's what I'm saying in this energy. And I feel like your guys' connection could be like that. It could be like The Notebook. Extreme passion, misunderstandings, wanting each other, but feeling like something's wrong, something's missing, something can't work. Like, that's what I'm getting. And it isn't because neither one of you don't want it. It isn't because neither one of you haven't thought about it. It's because something here is stuck. Something here can't change, can't shift. It can't. So why can something here not change and shift? Let me ask that. Because we know that the challenge is how you are being perceived or how you show up in your life. Maybe this person feels that you're too strong for them, or maybe this person feels that I don't know. The Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles can also remind me of someone who gets attention and someone not being okay with it. So let's go back to Dog Chapman and Beth. She would get attention, he would get attention. They would roll their eyes and be like, whatever, I don't care. They would never really get jealous because they knew, okay, that's mine. I think one of the challenges here was you guys putting everything on the table. Fears, worries, concerns. It's like, if you guys could look at one another and play that, what's that game, that new game that just come out? And we don't judge. We tell each other the truth and we don't judge. Something like that. I didn't play it. You guys have got to get to that point if this ever has a chance. And until you guys can get to that point, this will never have a chance. Now, we'll say this. As long as you two do not speak, you will always think about one another. You will always see them as the person that wouldn't compromise, could have been an amazing partner, but there was parts of them that they needed to bring to the table and they weren't able or willing when it come to you. And they will always see you as the one that they hoped they could have worked it out with. But I have to be okay with closing a door, because if not, I'm going to be here forever. That's this person's energy. And the challenge was you guys just being transparent, being honest, talking about your fears. My fear is that you think I'm not worth a damn. My fear is that you think I'm not worth having. My fear is that you're going to treat me exactly how everyone else has treated me. But you guys have had a hard time being vulnerable like that. That's so sad. Okay. What can you not see here? What you can't see is that I don't see you guys communicating. So I don't see you reaching out to them and I don't see them reaching out to you. I see there being an awareness here of we got to get over this. We got to find peace in the fact that this didn't work out, that it can never be we. And I think that's why this person's thinking about it, because there's a question of how can I find peace? How can I find peace when there's a part of me that still wants you? I think I'm always going to want you. Like, that's where this person's at. I think I'm always going to wish that we could have figured it out. I'm about to start crying again, bruh. So maybe this person tries not to think about it, because it's like every time I start thinking about it from their view, it really hits them. Like, I want to start crying. And I'm an emotional person, but not like that. Like, not like that. So I think you could really put this person up in their emotions in a way that they can't describe. So they could try to like compartmentalize and keep you out of their brain. Yeah, what you can't see is that you guys communicating, or the lack thereof, could be a form of self-love. We don't need to keep reaching out to one another or trying to be in each other's life if we can't love each other properly. That could be what's happening here. But there's still this energy of, but fuck, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to be honest with you. If you ever see this person in public, or if you ever run into them, it's going to be really hard for you two not to talk. Because there's a recognition of, we got to let it go. We got to respect the future is the future, the past is the past, the present is the present. We've got to respect the fact that this is a choice from self-love. But we also got to respect the fact that neither one of us wants to let it go. I think there's also a question here of, do you feel the same way that I feel? I think, Pisces, you feel that this could have been something great, but it's also an energy of, but it's turned to stone. I just don't know. They don't want to compromise. They don't want to change their vision or what they want. It just kind of stresses me out, Danielle. That's your energy. Their energy's along the lines of, I had so much hope. I wanted to walk towards this, but I'm having to have the strength and the courage to walk away from it. And that's the choice of self-love. But it's like both of you are always going to think about this. And I think that this could come up in this person's brain 2 times a year. It's like 2 times a year, it really hits them that you're not there. That they haven't talked to you. They've not heard your voice. They've not seen you. They've not got to check on you. And they really thought you were going to be there forever. And again, there's still like a grieving process here. Grieving process, because I think this person had envisioned you in their future, and now they're trying to figure out how they can rewrite their future without you in it. Why am I struggling, y'all? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a big ball of crying mess today. This reading is something. Okay, what's the advice? Your advice is to move on. Your advice is to continue forward. But your advice is that everything is unknown. So I'm going to be honest with you. If you still think of this person and just see them as someone who wasn't willing to compromise, or we couldn't get on the same page, and they see you as something that they wanted, but they couldn't walk towards you, they had to walk away from you, I think that this could be the universe telling you that there's unfinished business, but that you need to leave it be and let it rest until it's time to come back, okay? Now, let me give you an example. I know of people personally who had unfinished business and went 10 to 15 years without seeing one another, went and built new families and everything before they reconnected. Sometimes that can be how unfinished business works. Some of you, it's just going to be running into this person and recognizing that you were both so excited to see one another, and although you guys might not say it, there's going to be that mutual, it was so good to see you. It was so good to see you too. Like, that's what I'm saying. And your advice is to find peace with what this is, but to also recognize that you don't know everything. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how this person feels. And a lot of you, if you knew how this person felt, you would be shocked with how torn internally they are. Because it's like, have you ever been going through life, and you're going through life, you're living your best life, you're on vacation, you're having so much fun, you ain't thought about that ex or that person you were in a sticky situationship with, you ain't thought about them in I don't know how long, and then you get to a town and the town's named after them, or you go to a restaurant and the server's name is their name, and then you get insanely triggered. That's what I'm saying here. I'm saying that something like that could happen to this person and to you, for you guys to be reminded of one another, and how it's an energy here of, if both of you feel that way, then why are you not talking? And that could be the lesson within itself. We both feel like this is stuck. We both feel like this is stale, but neither one of us wants to let it go. Yet here we are, we're letting it go. That's what I'm saying. So someone you've not talked to in a long time has been thinking of you tremendously and doing the best that they can to go towards a new future, trying to get some sort of lighthearted energy back. Okay. Feeling like it was an intense connection, feeling like they couldn't keep their hands off of you, and feeling like they can't quit thinking about you because they're addicted to you. They could have dreams about making up with you, about making an amends with you. That could be for some of you. So what do you need to know besides the fact that this is more than likely over? Again, it's the energy of, you might be able to run into them, or you might talk to them. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, you're not seeing everything. You're not seeing everything at all, but they don't want you to see everything. Because if they sit here and tell you everything that this person's feeling and thinking and wanting and their possible actions they're going to take in the future, some of you are going to get up in your head, and that's not what needs to happen. What needs to happen is this door needs to close. You need to allow the door to close. You need to allow yourself to see this through the eyes that you see it through, and you need to allow this person to understand what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and the lack thereof. You need to recognize that the future is unknown. You need to also recognize that something that could be blocked today might not be blocked in the future, okay? But ultimately, this is all happening for growth. So I think this is taking place for an awareness to come about of why this relationship or dynamic is where it is. And it's because the feelings here are still really strong. They could have been deceitful in your relationship or dynamic, and they could now be wishing that they wouldn't have done that. That could be another thing. It could have been someone who was playing games. That could have been the Five of Wands. You could have recognized that they wanted you to compete for their time, their attention, their affection. they didn't just see you as deserving. They seen you as someone who needed to prove why you needed a place in their life. And that could have been another reason why you were like, we could have had everything, but I'm not competing. Like, no, thank you. I'm saying that here. And if that's the case, that's something that they need to learn, okay? So someone you've not talked to in a long time is thinking about you for obvious reasons. They miss you. They had seen you in their future. They see you as some sort of star. You're someone who puts hope in their life. You're someone who helps them see a bigger picture. It's like when this person was in a bad mood, you were able to change their bad mood. Now that could be a bad thing. You don't want to be the person in someone's life who really changes them to their core, because as soon as they're mad at you or pissed at you, they're going to change back to who they were. But I'm not getting that. It's like you were this breath of fresh air that this person needed. Interesting. I'm hearing promiscuous girl. I want you on my team. So does everybody else. See, that's that confidence. That's that confidence. That's that independence, that abundance. I want you on my team. So does everybody else. Nice try though. Baby, we can keep it on the low. I'll let my guard down and nobody got to know. What kind of girl do you take me for? See, that's what I'm hearing. Very interesting. All right, leaving it here. Have a blessed day.